Did one of the guards, named Arturus Tubles, that was supposed to watch Jeffrey Epstein mysteriously vanish? No, that's not true. The story was published by a liberal satire website that tries to fool Trump supporters and Republicans into sharing made-up stories that are clearly marked as satire when you actually click them. Articles from the site are frequently copied by foreign-run fake news websites. The people liking and sharing these stories are enriching foreign website operators, or a liberal from Maine, via the ad revenue generated with the content, which is probably not what they expected or wanted. The story originated from an article published by Bustatroll.org on August 11, 2019 titled "Guard Watching Epstein Has Mysteriously Vanished," which opened, quote, "The Federal Bureau of Prisons is refusing to divulge the whereabouts of Arturus Tubles, the prison guard who was supposed to be checking in on Jeffrey Epstein the night he allegedly killed himself. Art, as his friends call him, hasn't been seen at work or at home since the incident, prompting some to be concerned for his well-being. The Department of Prisons says that Tubles was supposed to have the weekend off and that there's a good chance he's just out tying one on, but our own interior investigation has uncovered some interesting facts. Art Tubles has at one time or another liked a post by Hillary Clinton, called President Trump a "little dick Lord Cheeto", shared stories from liberal troll sites that satirize and humiliate conservatives, had a Tinder profile under the name PortugueseBF 8748, admitted to approving of socialized medicine, defended the Mussulman Brotherhood as a peaceful organization. End quote. Users on social media only saw this title, description and thumbnail. Quote, "Guard watching Epstein has mysteriously vanished. The truth is right there in front of you." End quote. The story was posted in the category "Ridiculous Satirical Conspiracy Theories," and Art Tubles is an anagram for Busta Troll, the nickname of the man running the site. For some weird reason the story is illustrated with a picture of MMA fighter Igor Zinoviev. Quote, "Pechenga's Muay Thai card as AXS TV's 300th show for combat sports. Mixed martial arts legend Pat Militic will be the analyst Friday of AXS TV's 300th combat sports broadcast when the network airs Lion Fight Muay Thai 25 at the Pechenga Resort Casino in Temecula." End quote. The site is part of the America's Last Line of Defense network of satire websites run by self-professed liberal troll Christopher Blair from Maine along with a loose confederation of friends and allies. Blair has been in a feud with fact-checking website Snopes for some time now and has also criticized other fact-checkers in the past who labeled his work fake news instead of satire. In reaction to this, he has recently rebranded all his active websites and Facebook pages so they carry extremely visible disclaimers everywhere. Every site in the network has an About page that reads, in part, quote, "About satire before you complain and decide satire is synonymous with comedy, sat-ire sati, renounce use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical issues. Everything on this website is fiction. It is not a lie and it is not fake news because it is not real. If you believe that it is real, you should have your head examined. Any similarities between this site's pure fantasy and actual people, places, and events are purely coincidental and all images should be considered altered and satirical. See above if you're still having an issue with that satire thing." End quote. Articles from Blair's sites frequently get copied by real fake news sites who often omit the satire disclaimer and any other hints the stories are fake. Blair has tried to get these sites shut down in the past but new ones keep cropping up. Here is a video of Blair explaining how his process works. If you are interested in learning more about Blair and the history of his sites, here is something to get you started. Quote, "The ultimate Christopher Blair and America's Last Line of Defense Reading List, Lead Stories Story Updated, check for updates below." Yesterday Eli Saslow at The Washington Post wrote a fantastic article about Christopher Blair, a man from Maine who has been trolling conservatives and Trump supporters online for years and occasionally even made a living out of it. End quote. If you see one of his stories on a site that does not contain a satire disclaimer, assume it is fake news. If you do see the satire disclaimer, it is of course also fake news. NewsGuard, a company that uses trained journalists to rank the reliability of websites, describes Bustatroll.